Dear viewers, as the devastating wildfires swept through California, they didn't just destroy homes, they sparked a movement. Among those affected were LGBTQ+ celebrities, heartbroken to see their homes reduced to ashes. Lil Nas X, the genre-defying rapper behind hits like Old Town Road and Industry Baby, was forced to evacuate his Hollywood apartment as thick smoke and ash enveloped the area. While his property remained intact, the experience left him shaken and deeply appreciative of the firefighters and emergency workers on the front lines. Taking to social media, Lil Nas X expressed his gratitude to these real-life heroes and donated a significant portion of his earnings to wildfire relief efforts. He also encouraged his fans to support local fire departments and other organizations that play a critical role in disaster management. Sam Smith, the Grammy-winning artist known for their soulful voice and emotional lyrics, was devastated when their Malibu mansion was heavily damaged in the wildfires. In a series of candid posts, Sam shared the emotional toll of seeing their home, once a safe and serene retreat, reduced to ruins. Sam used this moment to highlight the broader implications of climate change, stating, "This isn't just about homes and possessions, it's about the future of our planet." They have since partnered with environmental organizations to advocate for sustainable practices and have donated to multiple wildfire recovery programs. Cara Delevingne, a supermodel, actress, and outspoken LGBTQ+ advocate, evacuated her Beverly Hills home as flames threatened the area. While her property sustained smoke damage, Cara used the crisis as an opportunity to speak about the urgency of addressing climate change. As a longtime environmental activist, Cara has been a vocal supporter of initiatives aimed at reducing carbon emissions and preserving natural habitats. Following the wildfires, she collaborated with global organizations to raise funds for reforestation and disaster relief. Jamila Jam, known for her role in The Good Place and her outspoken activism, faced the threat of losing her Pacific Palisades home. Although she managed to evacuate safely, Jamila has since focused her efforts on highlighting the unequal impact of the disasters on marginalized communities. In interviews and public statements, Jamila has emphasized that low-income families, often without insurance or savings, face the greatest challenges in rebuilding their lives. She has worked with nonprofits to provide financial and logistical support to these communities, ensuring that recovery efforts are inclusive. Elliot Page, one of the most visible LGBTQ+ activists in Hollywood, was forced to flee their Los Angeles home as the wildfires drew dangerously close. The stars of Juno and the Umbrella Academy shared the harrowing details of their evacuation on social media, expressing gratitude for their safety, but also deep concern for the growing frequency of such disasters. Elliot reflected on how wildfires are not just random acts of nature, but a direct result of human-induced climate change, fueled by deforestation, industrial pollution, and global warming. They used their platform to call for immediate climate action, urging policymakers and individuals alike to take responsibility for protecting the environment. Additionally, Elliot contributed to local relief funds and shared resources for those affected, encouraging their millions of followers to do the same. Sarah Paulson, a multi-award-winning actress renowned for her work in American Horror Story and Ratched, faced a deeply emotional loss when her Malibu home was partially destroyed in the wildfires. While Paulson was able to evacuate safely, she later returned to find many of her personal belongings reduced to ashes, including career memorabilia, family heirlooms, and cherished photographs. In a heartfelt Instagram post, Sarah expressed her grief, but also emphasized the importance of focusing on community recovery and resilience. She has since partnered with several charitable organizations to provide financial aid, shelter, and emotional support to wildfire victims. Sarah has also been vocal about the psychological toll such disasters take on survivors, advocating for increased mental health resources in affected areas. Billy Porter, the Emmy-winning star of Pose and a fashion icon, found his Hollywood Hills home severely damaged during the wildfires. Forced to evacuate quickly, Billy described the experience as a stark reminder of how fragile life can be. Despite his personal loss, Billy has been a powerful voice for intersectional advocacy, highlighting how marginalized communities, including LGBTQ+ individuals and people of color, are disproportionately affected by climate-related disasters. Billy has worked closely with organizations that address environmental justice, advocating for policies that ensure disaster relief reaches underserved populations. He also used his story to amplify the need for systemic change, calling on leaders to address the root causes of climate change and invest in sustainable infrastructure. For Lena Waithe, the acclaimed writer and actress behind The Chi and Master of None, the wildfire was a life-altering event. Her Los Angeles home was completely destroyed, leaving her to start over from scratch. Lena shared a deeply moving post on social media, reflecting on the emotional impact of losing not just a house but a space filled with memories and milestones. Despite her loss, Lena turned her grief into action by raising awareness about the inequities in disaster recovery. She emphasized that many families, especially those from low-income and minority backgrounds, struggle to rebuild after such events due to systemic barriers. Lena has since launched fundraising initiatives to provide direct aid to affected families and continues to advocate for more equitable disaster response systems. Tessa Thompson, widely celebrated for her role in Thor: Love and Thunder, found herself among the many residents of Los Angeles forced to evacuate as wildfires threatened their homes. Known for her unwavering advocacy for LGBTQ+ rights, Tessa has channeled her personal experience into a broader conversation about the importance of disaster preparedness and resilience. In interviews and social media posts, Tessa has highlighted how climate change has exacerbated the intensity and frequency of natural disasters, calling for urgent action at both the individual and governmental levels. She emphasized the need for investment in sustainable infrastructure, early warning systems, and community education to better prepare for future catastrophes. Beyond advocacy, Tessa has partnered with environmental organizations to support reforestation efforts and raise awareness about the disproportionate impact of climate disasters on marginalized communities. Her story serves as a call to action, reminding us all that proactive steps today can save lives and reduce suffering tomorrow. Dan Levy, the Emmy-winning creator and star of Schitt's Creek, experienced significant damage to his Los Angeles property as the wildfires ravaged the area. Despite the emotional toll of witnessing his home and community affected, Dan has turned his loss into an opportunity to advocate for meaningful change. Dan has used his platform to speak about the urgent need for systemic reforms in disaster management and mitigation. He has emphasized the role of governments and corporations in addressing the root causes of climate change, such as reducing greenhouse gas emissions and investing in renewable energy. Additionally, Dan has championed mental health initiatives, recognizing the often overlooked psychological impact of displacement and disaster recovery. Through social media and public appearances, Dan has encouraged his fans and followers to support local relief efforts, donate to fire response organizations, and engage in conversations about climate resilience. His resilience and commitment to advocacy have inspired many, turning personal tragedy into a rallying cry for a more sustainable and compassionate future.